Gentlemen, ever wondered if someone finds you attractive? It's not always about the obvious compliments or grand gestures. Sometimes the signs are so subtle they can feel like trying to decode a secret message. For men, figuring out if someone is into you can seem as tricky as solving a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. But don't worry, it's not as mysterious as it seems. From lingering glances that feel like a scene from a rom-com to picking up on your quirks like they're studying for a test on you, there are plenty of unique and telling signs that someone is attracted to you. Here's a guide to help you spot those signals and understand what they mean without needing a decoder ring. Number 1. Lingering glances and double takes. Gentlemen, when someone finds you attractive, they might engage in what I like to call the lingering glance and double take routine. It's a bit like those moments in movies where the camera does a dramatic zoom in on the star, except in real life, it's happening to you. Picture this. You walk into a room, and out of the corner of your eye, you catch someone looking at you. Not just a casual glance, but a look that lingers just a bit too long. They quickly look away, pretending to be super interested in their phone or the wallpaper, but you know what you saw. Then, as you move around, you notice they sneak a peek again, like they just can't help themselves. It's like their eyes have a mind of their own and are magnetically drawn to you. And then, there's the classic double take. You're strolling past, minding your own business, and you see it, a head snapping back for a second look. It's as if their brain is saying, "Wait, was that?" They might try to be smooth about it, but you catch that moment of surprise and interest. They do a quick scan of the room, then their gaze boomerangs right back to you. It's almost comical, like something out of a cartoon where the character's eyes bulge out with interest. The funny part is when they think they're being sneaky, but it's totally obvious. They might pretend to adjust their glasses or casually stretch their neck, but you see right through it. You can almost hear the gears turning in their head as they try to play it cool. These lingering glances and double takes are telltale signs that you've caught someone's eye in the best possible way. It's like being the main character in a scene where you unknowingly become the center of attention, and their eyes just keep coming back to you, like a moth to a flame. Number 2. Exclusive attention in group settings. Gentlemen, when someone finds you attractive, they tend to focus almost all their attention on you, especially in group settings. Picture this. You're at a party, and instead of mingling with everyone else, this person is practically glued to you. They laugh at your jokes, even the bad ones, make direct eye contact, and always seem to be facing you, no matter how many times the conversation shifts. It's like they've got a personal radar set to you. Imagine you're telling a story about your most embarrassing moment and they're hanging on your every word, nodding along like you're delivering the most riveting TED Talk ever. Meanwhile, other conversations around you might as well be happening in another dimension. Even if someone else tries to join in, they subtly, or not so subtly, steer the conversation back to you. You're the VIP in their eyes, and everyone else is just background noise. Their body language is a dead giveaway too. They're leaning in closer, turning their whole body towards you, and maintaining eye contact, like they're afraid they'll miss a single moment of your awesomeness. It's like you're the star of a one-person show and they've got front row seats. If you're holding court in a group discussion, they'll find ways to stand or sit next to you, ensuring they're always in your orbit. And then there's the laugh factor. No matter how many times you crack that cheesy joke about parallel lines never meeting, because they have so much in common, they laugh like it's the first time they've heard it. You might even start to wonder if you missed your calling as a stand-up comedian. They're not just being polite, they're genuinely enjoying your company and want you to feel it. So when you notice someone giving you this kind of exclusive attention, it's a pretty solid bet they find you attractive. And hey, who wouldn't want to be the center of someone's universe, even if just for an evening? Hey guys, if you dug these nuggets of wisdom and crave more juicy tips on fostering awesome relationships, hit that subscribe button to become part of the Soulful Synergy Squad. We're all about delving into the art of forging deep, meaningful connections and unleashing your inner relationship guru. Don't miss out on the fun. Subscribe now and let's rock this journey together. Number 3. Complementing your unique quirks. When someone finds you attractive, they often notice and compliment your unique quirks, and this can be both heartwarming and amusing. Imagine you have a peculiar habit, like always tapping your foot to an invisible beat or doodling little aliens on the margins of your notebook. Most people might not even notice these things, but someone who's really into you will, and they'll find them endearing. Let's say you have this habit of twirling your pen when you're deep in thought. One day, you're working on something, and out of nowhere this person says, "I love how you twirl your pen like a maestro conducting an orchestra. It's like you're composing symphonies of ideas." You pause, slightly taken aback because you didn't even realize anyone noticed that, let alone thought it was charming. Or imagine you have a collection of quirky socks with crazy patterns, tacos, dinosaurs, astronauts, you name it. One day, they see your socks and say, "Your sock game is on point. I never knew tacos could be so fashionable." You laugh, realizing they're not just paying attention to you, they're appreciating the little things that make you, well, you. This person might even compliment your taste in obscure music. You're into some indie band that plays experimental folk electronic fusion, or whatever niche genre you're into. And they say, "I listened to that band you mentioned, and they're amazing. You have such a unique taste in music." It's not just a compliment, it's a signal that they're diving into your world and loving what they find. One of the funniest and most flattering moments is when they bring up a quirky fact about you in a group setting. You might be telling a story, and they chime in with, "And don't forget, you have a thing for collecting those tiny hotel shampoos." Everyone laughs, and you realize they've been paying attention to your little eccentricities and think they're great. So when someone starts noticing and complimenting your unique quirks, it's a sure sign they find you attractive. They're not just seeing you, they're seeing all the little details that make you special and celebrating them. It's like they have a magnifying glass for your personality, and every tiny detail they uncover makes them like you even more. Number 4. Subtle imitation of speech patterns or phrases. When someone finds you attractive, they might start mimicking your speech patterns or phrases, and it can be both endearing and hilarious. Imagine you have a favorite catchphrase or a quirky way of saying things. Maybe you often say, "What's the scoop?" instead of "What's up?" Suddenly you notice that this person starts saying it too. It's like you've unintentionally started a new trend, and they're your biggest fan. Picture this. You're at work, and you always greet people with a cheerful, "Top of the morning." One day, you hear them saying the same thing to someone else, complete with your exact intonation. You can't help but smile, realizing they've adopted your signature greeting. It's as if they're trying to be a part of your club, the You Club, and the membership requirement is talking just like you. Even more amusing is when they start using your unique slang or idioms, especially if it's something really specific to you. Let's say you describe things you like as totally rad. You're chatting with them, and suddenly they drop a totally rad in conversation, trying to sound casual but clearly borrowing from your verbal playbook. It's a little moment of connection and imitation that's both flattering and funny. The best part is when they don't even realize they're doing it. They're hanging out with you so much that your way of speaking just rubs off on them. You might catch them using one of your phrases with someone else and they don't even notice they've picked it up. It's like you've become a part of their internal dictionary. If you ever call them out on it, they might get adorably flustered. "Hey, did you just say totally rad? That's my thing." They might blush, laugh it off, or playfully deny it, but you both know what's going on. It's a clear sign that they're paying attention to you, admiring you, and maybe even trying to create a little shared language between the two of you. So next time you hear someone dropping your favorite phrases, take it as a compliment. It's their way of showing they find you captivating and are eager to connect with you, one quirky saying at a time. Until next time, gentlemen, stay soulfully synergized.